Welcome to Part of My Imagination. I'm Imagination and you're the Imaginers. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Jasmine and welcome back if this is your second or third or however many times you've clicked on my channel. Welcome and hello. Today, as you can see from the title of this video, I'm going to be doing I'm probably wrong, but hear me out. Alright, so the book that I'm going to be, I'm probably wrong, but hear me out, is Toni Morrison's Beloved. I recently read this book in November, and I gave it 3 stars. And like I said in my November wrap-up, I will have it linked up here and down in the description. Like I said, I don't think I found the Toni Morrison book yet, right? And it has nothing to do with Toni Morrison. She is a fabulous author. She is an accredited author for a reason. It's me. It's 100% me. I'm just not used to reading books like this. But really, you're following a story. You're following a character, named CD. And CD is essentially this mother who is a runaway slave. She has multiple children. She sent her children up before her, and she runs away pregnant. And as she's running away, she is running away from Sweet Home. That is where she was a slave. And she ends up getting put into this house. And inside this house, she gets sent to this home that her mom had secured early on in her life. So when she gets there, she ends up, one of her daughter ends up dying. And some of her children have died already. And other children along the way have moved out and left. The only child that lives with her is Denver. And you're following them, the two of them having this relationship, trying to form a relationship and keep a relationship, and they're living in this home that is haunted. It is haunted by her dead baby, because when she ended up running away, one of the babies ended up dying, and that is the baby that haunts her. That you're dealing with Denver, dealing with this situation and trying to come to grips with, okay, well, we kind of just live here and we deal with it. And so is the mother. You know, she's obviously heartbroken that her children are gone, whether alive or dead. And she is just trying to keep herself afloat and keep herself living to press forward with Denver. Well, there is a wrench that gets thrown into this entire story. Mind you, Celie is content with this baby. She is content with knowing that people know that her house is haunted by a ghost. She's content with the, tantrums that this ghost is throwing. She just kind of moves on with her life and she just lets it be. Like, she doesn't want to unbury that part of her life that she's kind of kept deep down inside. She doesn't want to deal with the emotions of it. And so has Denver. But a wrench gets thrown into that plan when one of her fellow friends from Sweet Home comes and stays with her. And his name is Paul D. Well, Paul D and Celie end up forming a relationship, and he banishes the ghost. Well, some lone girl named Beloved comes and lives with them and shakes some things up. I'm going to leave that review right there. That's my unsolicited of what this story is about. It does bounce between characters and that's what was hard for me to follow. And she did it in her last book, and I think it's just a Toni Morrison thing, of how she moves on her story along. So, and I think that's what kind of pulled me out of the story every single time she did it. Wow, I meant to say did it. So 1 minute she would be talking about Denver, and she would be dealing with a situation with Denver that was in the present tense, and then she would go to the past tense, but it wouldn't be Denver's point of view. It would be Celie's point of view or Polly's point of view, or some character that I'm I thought you were just a background theme character, and she just flips to that one, and I'm like, what is going on? And I think that's kind of what every time I got thrown out of the story, I had to put myself back into it. And I think that's what was so hard for me. But yes, let's just get into that. I'm probably wrong. And I know I'm probably wrong. But like I said, hear me out. So, one of the main things that I took away from this story is how Paul D had entered Celie's life. You have Paul D, who is essentially a traveling hoe. I don't know how else to put this. This is kind of what I've gathered from this story. Paul D moves from home to home to home. He is never comfortable being in one home. He doesn't want to be tied down. You know, the typical, I'm not ready for a relationship. I don't want to be tied down. I just want to live my best life. That is who Paul D is. Well, Paul D shows up at Celie's home. He heard that Celie was there, and this brings up some unrooted emotions that Celie didn't want to deal with. These are the things that she washed her hands with, and she kind of just like didn't fix those problems. She just let him go. Well, this man just like pops up on the porch, and he's like, you know, hey, what's up, girl? And then she's just like, oh, okay, you know, come in. And he's like, I just feel this energy, the energy being the ghost. And he's like, well, if I'm gonna, you know, stay here and, you know, blah, 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 we can't have that. So he literally banishes the ghost. Celie doesn't ask him to do this. He just does it. He's just like, peace out, ghost. Peace out. See ya later. And, you know, I'm just like, first, whoa, hold on, slow down, slow the gears. Because she didn't ask you to do this. Well, because he did this, here comes Beloved, which is the name of the... So when she buried her dead baby, the grave didn't have a name. She never named her child. So the gravestone never had a name. So on it just said Beloved. Well, this random unspoken child that nobody knows where they came from ends up popping up, and her name's Beloved. No one thinks anything of it. That was the first thing that threw me off. I was like, okay, you know, a ghost gets banished, and then this random girl gets thrown into your family, and, you know, she got the same name as the gravestone name, and I was like, okay, all right, we all just gonna act like we don't see it. So, essentially, going back to the main thing. So, when Beloved comes into the home, it shakes some things up. Nobody really knows that Beloved is the dead baby ghost. She just came back. And she is trying to break apart Paul D and Celie. Denver quickly finds out, oh shit, this is Beloved. This is the dead baby. This is my sister. And she quickly falls in love with Beloved, and she just wants Beloved to herself because she kind of is feeling neglected because of Paul D. Now, here's the thing. This is the only problem. This is what I got from the book. And I just want to say that men just be out here ruining shit. They just come in and ruin your fucking life. Excuse my language. They just ruin your life, leave when the going gets tough, and come back. Okay? This is what Paul D did. Paul D comes, banishes the ghost without anyone asking. He just does it because he's like, oh no, I'm gonna stay here now, so I'm gonna banish this ghost. Banishes the ghost. Then gets all fucking touchy and feely with Celie. And the first day, she's literally sitting here making goddamn fucking biscuits, and he's all filling up on her. Fine, whatever. They sleep together. Now he's staying there. But now he's trying to fight the, oh, I'm falling in love with her, but I also don't want to be tied down. He don't want to be tied down, right? So he finally decides, okay, I love her. I can see myself with her. So he finally tries to wrap it up, right? He's staying there. Well then, because he banished the ghost, and here comes Beloved. Beloved is back. And Beloved's like, nah, this is my mom. Paul D, you don't want no problems. Things start happening. Paul D starts feeling uncomfortable all around the house. He's sleeping on the couch, ends up sleeping in the damn barn. And then finally, some guy who just like, mind you, he's been sleeping here for months now. He's with Celie. They have a relationship. Some dude comes and tells a story of how Celie is the one that killed her baby. And he's like, oh, no. He just dips out. He just leaves. He's like, no, I can't do it. Mind you, he got his own dirt that he done did. I'm not going to tell y'all because that's a spoiler. I'm already spoiling it a little bit, but that's a super spoiler, so I'm not going to tell you. But he already has some things on his track record that ain't too fucking good. But so mind you, he banishes the ghost when nobody asked. He leaves when some random dude tells him a story about his woman, and instead of addressing the situation and asking about it, he just, peace. Well, guess what? Now Beloved's here to stay, and she's ruining Celie's life. She's literally draining the life force from her, not letting her eat, eating everything. She's getting fat and chunky, looking like she's about to get pregnant, right? So, what do you think happens? Well, Celie stops working. She's not paying for nothing anymore. And Denver sees what's happening. Denver sees that Beloved is actually killing her mother. So Denver goes out and tries to and pretty much ask the community for food and finding a job and stuff like that. Well, then the community is like, oh, hell no, we're getting rid of this ghost. So they end up banishing Beloved, right? Beloved's gone. Peace out, Beloved. Celie is down and out. She's like literally stick and bone. She done deprived herself for months. Fucking months. She's like literally dealing with all these emotions that she'd never even asked for. Who comes back in the picture? Paul D. Paul D comes back in the picture talking about, oh girl, you know, I think we could work and I can help fix you. And first of all, you broke this woman and then left her. You left trouble at her doorstep that she never asked for. She never asked for your assistance. She was content. You brought trouble to her doorstep and then left when the going got tough. And then when somebody else solved that problem, you wanted to come back and be Captain Save a Hoe. Well, she's not a hoe, but you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I know this is not what I'm supposed to be getting from this story, but that's what I got from this story. And yeah, this video is already 13 minutes long. So that's it. That's all I'm going to tell you. Because like I said, I'm probably wrong. But I just want you to hear me out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's like, and that was even a toned down version of what I, told people on Twitch, because it has been like a month now since I read it. But don't trust no traveling man. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I got to say. All right, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because yeah, read the book. Just read the book and come back and discuss. If you have read this book already, let me know down in the comments, because I need to know your thoughts. What did I miss from this book? Because it clearly shouldn't have been that. But all right, and that is all that I have for you guys today. Be sure to check out my description where you can find easy ways to contact me, as well as the book and all the videos that I talked about. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if not, just imagine that you didn't come back again. Until next time, keep imagining.